Hey everyone, Chucky 101 back again. I'm dealing with a little bit of a cold right now, so if I sound a little bit raspy, that's why. But regardless, I wanted to make this video because a lot of my subscribers have been giving me comments to give my thoughts on the new Chucky products that have been released by Neca and Trick or Treat Studios. For those that don't remember, I released a video probably about 5 or 6 months ago that extensively covered all of the major Chucky dolls that have been produced, and I gave my brief thoughts on each doll, as far as what I liked about the dolls or what I hated. So we're going to do the same thing as last time. I'm going to show off the dolls that have been produced, and then give my thoughts, and maybe I can help you decide which doll would be best for your collection. Alright, so the first trio of dolls I'm going to cover here are the new ones that have been produced by Trick or Treat Studios. As we figured, Trick or Treat Studios capitalizing off the success of their Good Guy doll, which I still think is the best mass-produced Chucky doll of any type on the market. So what they did was they released Glenn, Tiffany, and Chucky. You can buy each one separately or together in a package as well on the Trick or Treat Studios website. So I'm just going to go over each one and then give you my thoughts. So if we start out here with the Seed of Chucky doll, I just don't really like the look of this doll. And I know that might surprise some people. It's still good looking, don't get me wrong. But to me, take this doll and throw it into the Seed of Chucky movie and tell me if you think Chucky actually looked like that in the movie. Now, there are some strengths. I do like how it has sort of the puppet look to it. I do think they did a good job on the overalls, although I still have a problem with the vibrance of the logos on the overalls. I don't think it's accurate to the movie at all. But if you just look at the face, maybe it's the pointy ears, maybe it's his expression. Something about it just seems off to me. It just doesn't really look like Chucky. And I can kind of see where they're going with the look, but for me, it's still not accurate enough. And I don't know if it goes back to the molds that they used, or maybe the hair isn't properly on the doll, because I know that that's a huge problem, and that can really make or break mass-produced dolls, is the hair, which is honestly why I've seen a lot of custom creators do better dolls than even the mass-produced ones, because they actually take the time to individually make each doll and make sure that the hair is actually screen accurate. It's kind of weird because, honestly, I don't really plan on getting this doll. Like I said, I just don't really like the look of the doll. But if you compare it to the slideshow Seed of Chucky doll, I actually like the slideshow one more. And it's funny because both of them are supposedly made with screen-used molds, but they look like two totally different dolls. Maybe they use different molds, I don't know, but they're innately two completely different props, but I'm still taking the slideshow Chucky over this one. Next, going over to Tiffany, I think she looks outstanding. I have no gripes with this doll whatsoever. It looks like she's straight out of the movie. So, great job to Trick or Treat Studios. What more can I say? Same thing for Glenn. He looks amazing. Hair looks great. Clothing is spot on. I like how they got the little holes and the rips in his shirt. The face looks amazing. The eyes look really terrifying. Looks awesome. The only thing maybe looks kind of off is maybe just the tint of his skin. I know that he kind of has like a pale, kind of greenish tinted skin, but maybe just by looking at this photo, it kind of looks like his screen or his skin maybe is a little bit too green. I don't know, it could just be the lighting. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky, but overall, if we're just going by the actual look of the doll, it looks awesome. Okay, so the final dolls we're going to go over here are from Neca. So Neca kind of has a history of making Chucky dolls, but usually ones that are smaller, like 12-inch dolls or even smaller than that. So by Neca kind of releasing their first life-size Chucky doll, they kind of just threw their hat into the box to try and be the number one Chucky producers. So I really respect that they're kind of just hopping in and trying to kind of compete with Trick or Treat Studios. I know that a lot of people are having a hard time figuring out which doll they would rather go with. So overall, I really like the look of these two dolls. I think that NECA did a good strategy by producing the Bride of Chucky dolls and then just, of course, letting Trick or Treat Studios do the Seed of Chucky dolls. So if we start with the Bride of Chucky doll, once again, I love how they kind of do like the puppeteer look, the same thing that Trick or Treat Studios tried. I think that the overalls are even more accurate. I think they do a better job with the logos on the overalls. I also feel that adding like the slash marks and the cuts on the overalls added a nice little touch to the doll as well. Looking at it, I think that the hair and like the actual head sculpt is actually a lot better than the Trick or Treat Studios doll. My problem with this doll mainly is just the expression that it's making. I think that the way that the eyes are placed and the way that the eyes look just doesn't look right. And I don't know, it's just something about Chucky with that open mouth, kind of maniacal smile that I think just kind of makes the doll a little bit too much. And I think it kind of just messes with the actual look of the doll. So I'm not a fan of the expression, but overall I think the doll's pretty good. And I think that they're trying to do their best to try and recreate the Bride of Chucky look, which is very gothic and dark, which I feel like they really captured with this doll. Now, if we go to the Tiffany doll, wow. Once again, I don't know what it is with these studios, but they seem to be able to really produce Tiffany dolls very, very well. So she looks like she's right out of the movie. She has that same gothic look. I love her expression. They added everything from the eyes looking super realistic to the dimples on her cheeks to the exact skin tone that she had. Everything about it looks great, from the hair to the leather jacket. They paid attention to detail with this doll, and it really paid off. I mean, if I was shown this doll 10 years ago, from afar, I would say, oh, wow, that must be a actual screen-used movie prop, because that's how good this doll looks. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with these two, and I think that it would be a good purchase for any collector. So here's the final verdict. I feel like for both of the Chucky dolls, the one produced by Neca and the one produced by Trick or Treat Studios, I feel that if you're a serious collector and you want the most accurate stitched Chucky doll, I think you wait. I think you need to wait on this. I honestly feel like neither doll, the Bride of Chucky Neca one or the Seed of Chucky Trick or Treat Studios one, I feel like neither one is really a perfect representation of the movies. Therefore, if it was me, I would wait. I would wait for them to make a more accurate stitched Chucky doll. However, if you're excited and you want to own one now, totally understandable, because they're still both very, very good dolls. Now, if I had to choose between the two, I would probably go with the Neca Bride of Chucky doll. Once again, I just think that it does a better job of capturing the movie, and although I'm not a fan of the expression, it still definitely could look like the actual doll from Bride of Chucky if you freeze certain frames. They took a chance with the doll and they took some risks with the look of the doll, and I do think it paid off in some respects. I still can't get over the blank stare of the Trick or Treat Studios doll, and I just don't feel like it does a good enough job representing Seed of Chucky. So I'm going with the Neca Chucky doll is the one to have. However, if we're talking about the Tiffany doll, I actually think that both dolls are perfect representations of Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky. So to be quite honest, you can go either way with this. Neca or Trick or Treat Studios did a perfect job. It kind of works out nicely because Tiffany kind of does look different in both movies. So if you're more into Bride, go with Neca. If you're more into Seed, go with that Tiffany. Really, it's just a coin flip. They're both equally as good. And, well, pretty much Trick or Treat Studios wins with the Glen doll because Neca didn't produce one. I still feel like that's going to be a hard doll to top. So I feel like if you want to get the complete family, maybe just go with Trick or Treat Studios in that case. But overall, the Glen doll looks really good too. So those are kind of my thoughts on the new dolls that came out. So I hope that everyone's happy with my answers. And if there's any other questions, feel free to hit me up in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And also, going forward, I definitely plan on adding some different videos to the channel. maybe some Yu-Gi-Oh videos, maybe do some anime videos as well. So if you're into that, or if you know anyone that would be into those type of videos, definitely start sharing this channel around. I'm going to start doing all sorts of content, so the more we get these videos out, the more I'll be able to make videos, and the more popular we can make this channel. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you soon.